This is just a quick video of the carburetors. This is the first set, by the way, from the box, and just taking a few before shots as well, just to show what they look like before. They're in nice condition. So here's my approach. I'm just going to take everything apart. I'll start by removing these fuel pipes down here, taking those off, therefore splitting the carburetors, and then I'll just take them apart individually and separate all the parts so that everything that was with each carburetor goes back together with its respective carburetor, so that everything matches as it is at the moment. I'll put them in the ultrasonic cleaner for about 20 minutes. I usually put them in for about 10 minutes with a solution, an 80-20 solution. 80% water, hot water as well, either out of the kettle or warmed up in the unit, but I usually boil the kettle first of all, pour the water in, then pour the simple green solution in there, about 20%. It's the one in the purple container. And then run it for 10 minutes and stir it up a little bit, make sure that things are moving around, move the parts around, and then I do it for another 20 minutes. Well, I'm just disassembling the carburetor, the first one, and I found the first problem. I don't know how that got in there, but they should not have any fluid in there at all. Yeah, I suspect there's some kind of a crack or something like that that's causing this to happen. Right, yeah, it smells like gas. So there's gas in there. I didn't even know that these would come apart. So I've got a spare one of these. I'll put a new one in. But this would definitely explain some running problems. Yeah, I think possibly there's a crack there. That's very unusual. I've never seen that before. So yeah, that's great. I'm really pleased that we found that, because what will happen is it will sink lower on this side in the float bowl. So as that pin goes through there and sits in this mount, granted, you know, there's the needle underneath. You can see already it's like someone's tickling the carburetor permanently, because these should just float to the top like that, and they should just sit like that. So yeah, that's a big find. All the jets look fine. They're not blocked that I can see anyway, but what I will do, of course, once I've put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, I'll blast them out with the compressed air gun. Everything, in fact, everything gets blasted out. Anything that has an air or a fuelway, all the jets, I'll blow everything out so that it's super clean on the inside. And that's the other carburetor disassembled. A couple of observations as well at this point. Both these little jets were blocked on both carburetors. This one in particular is completely blocked. Don't know if you can see it. That's the one that goes on the underside of the carburetor here. And then here on the manifold, this one's fine. I don't know if you can see through it. The balance pipe is clear on this one, but this one is blocked. So that will affect the running if it's not balancing between the two carburetors. And then this is the other set. While the first one is in the ultrasonic cleaner, these are in very nice condition. Again, just the before. They shouldn't look much different to this when they come out, actually, because it looks like that someone's really cleaned these up and they look great. But again, I'll disassemble all of these and put them in separate piles, put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, check all the jets, and then they should come up very similar to what they are at the moment, but I'll obviously check everything. A minor observation on this one. This main jet block was a little blocked. It's not too bad, but yeah, that should clean out very nicely, and the rest of it is in very nice condition. Just missing a couple of washers behind these nuts, and I'll put those on. And then here's the last one dismantled. No concerns about this one. Everything seemed to be fine. Just a little bit of build-up, as you can see, on some of the parts. The jets were a little sort of rusted. Just smells a little bit like varnish, but nothing was blocked really, and just general cleaning needed, that's all. But this one is in very nice condition. Should be easy to do this one. Okay, that's all 4 carburetors finished in the ultrasonic cleaner, and they look a lot cleaner now, don't they? Yeah, they look great. Everything came out really well. I found another float for this first one here. So the next job is to make sure that the mating surfaces are all nice and perfectly flat. This is a surface stone if you haven't seen one already. And what I do is I just basically take some very fine wet and dry paper with some oil and rub that on here to make sure that these surfaces are all flat, and so that they mate with the corresponding part, so they don't let any fuel or air in or out. Similarly, this is a big piece here, and these manifolds can get a little buckled and bent, misshaped essentially through over tightening over the years. It happens naturally, and again I'll do that. I'll clean those up and make sure that they're nice and straight. So that'll be the next job. And that just leaves the surfaces just significantly flatter and smoother. Same with the float bowl as well. Just a lot better finish. And then once you put the O-ring, of course, it will just be a much better, tighter fit. So now it's time to reassemble the carburetors. Here they are, that's both sets finished now, and they look great. Everything is really nice and clean. They were already cleaner, but inside, definitely a lot better. That's one set there. Everything looks great. And then there's the other set. What I've done with the air screw and then the throttle stop. The throttle stop, I've just turned it in so it catches. Obviously, you'll need to set that when you get the throttle valves, the slides in and set. So you'll need to set those yourself. And then also the air screw, I've set all to 1.5 turns out. That's basically the standard setting, factory setting. What you do there is you just screw them all the way in very gently. You know, you don't kind of rive it in. You just screw them in until it stops. And then you make a note of the point, so it would have been there. And then you do half, 1.5 turns out. And again, once you start fine-tuning the carburetors, you can play with those settings. But that's as simple as it gets, really. It's just the throttle stop. This keeps the idle going faster or slower. And then the air screw for the air and fuel mixture. And then that's it. And then the other thing I haven't done, of course I can't, is just see what the action's like with your throttle valves, the slides into these bores. You may just need to polish the slides. I tend to do that with some aluminum polish so that they just slide up and down very nicely and smoothly. So I think that would be the only thing that you need to do, but everything right now is complete. So I'll be in touch soon anyway, Mike and John, and I hope you're happy with them. They look great, so not much work involved there at all. I'm glad that they came out well. Okay, Ronnie, go for it.
So we just got to get the...
It's a bit fuel starved as well, I think.
Yeah, seems like it. So
do you have any more gas?
Get more gas.
flaps on.
Oh.
I think we all thought everyone else had done it.